Hello, it's Robert Craven here, part 2 of Beating the Credit Crunch for and on behalf of Steve Pipe from AVN. So my name's Robert Craven, author of the book Beating the Credit Crunch. This is part 2. Part 1 covered some really basic fundamentals around this credit crunch, which are really something around really, why do people have problems? So that's very much about me. It's all my problem. How can I sort it out? I am the problem. I'm actually the solution. Secondly, how good is your business, financial, marketing, operations, performance? And then finally, we gave you some 4 basic sort of financial performance tips and fixes to sort your business out. And as I said then, this is really a commercial approach. Use your accountant for maybe the slightly more formal stuff. Use your business advisor to sort you out. So the question that people always ask, which is quite fair, is who are you? What right have you got to talk to us about the credit crunch? My name is Robert Craven. I run a company called the Director Centre. The Director Centre, known for brighter, gutsier consulting, typically to businesses over £1 million, but in fact we talk with businesses who have the ambition and the enthusiasm. We're known for being challenging, for being honest and being goading. We are a bunch of entrepreneurs who've been there and done it, helping you to go there and do it. So it's a great fit with AVN, and it's a really exciting business. It's really exciting clients, and what we're focusing on and making happen for our clients is that they get more profit and more sales, but more importantly, in today's world, getting more cash in their businesses. I'm also known as author of Kickstart Your Business with Richard Branson, Bright Marketing, and this now Beating the Credit Crunch. So the place we got to on part 1 was around the question of why. Why should people bother to buy from you? What makes you different from the rest? And it really is the crux of getting your business going, because if you can't explain to people why they should buy from you, then why should they buy from you? If you look like the rest, then it's incredibly dull and boring from them. And actually, in this credit crunch world that we're in, looking like the rest, trying to play it safe, is actually, I know it sounds daft, but actually playing it safe is actually incredibly dangerous. Playing it dangerous is actually incredibly safe. The thing that you want to be doing right now is standing out from the rest. If you look like the competition, why should people bother to buy from you? And it really is a fundamental question, and I think loads of people make mistakes of trying to look like everyone else. If there's a choice between being better or being different, to my mind, being different wins every time. Ideally, you should be better and different. But it's something that people get stuck on. They're trying to sell, they're trying to grow, they don't know how to grow the business, they get stuck. And then they start blaming other people. And my one-liner to you is really relatively simple, that if your customer isn't listening, it's not their fault, it's yours. It's because you're not communicating properly, you're not communicating effectively. You've not found a way for them to actually want to listen to them. You've not programmed in the issue, which is why should they buy from you? And the answer to that is either normally they have a hurt or an itch or a problem, and they want that sorted out. And you have the facility to sort that out for them. But what they're not buying is the thing that you make. People always think you are buying the thing that I make. What they're buying is what's left after you've been. And that's actually something to really sort of think about. What they're buying is what's left after you've been. You are obsessed with the quality of your product, the quality of your service, but they want what that service does for them. So, for instance, an old-fashioned traditional accountant might think that people want their accounts done up to date and tidy. What you actually want as the client is you want a peace of mind, pay less tax, a more profitable business. So we need to be really clear about the difference between what people are buying and what we're selling. Marketing, to my mind, is relatively simple. It's actually not a battle of the product. It's a battle for the mind of the customer. So what actually goes on is, again, it's the same thing about what we're producing and what they're buying. We become obsessed about making a better product, but actually it's not about being better. It's actually about grabbing hold of the mind of the customer. Now, here's my little secret, and It's almost embarrassing to talk about it when I know that people from AVN are listening. But I'll be absolutely honest, I love my accountant. I adore my accountant. I love and I adore my accountant. Why? Because he's so great for my business, and he helps me grow my business, and he helps me get more customers, and he helps me make more profit, he helps me get more cash, he helps me pay less tax, and I absolutely adore him. But here's a thought, and this doesn't take any credit away from him. Actually, the truth of the matter is, I think I love my accountant. I think he's wonderful. I don't know really what accountants do, but I think and I believe that my accountant's wonderful, and that's good enough for me. When people go, let me give you an example, when people go on blind tests for Pepsi-Cola and Coca-Cola, 75% of people prefer Pepsi-Cola in blind tests, but when they buy, those same 75%, they buy Coca-Cola. Marketing is not a battle of the product. Marketing is a battle of perception. Marketing is a battle for the mind of the customer. You know, we all sit around drinking our Shirazes and things on a Friday night, our wonderful wine, to go, oh yes, it's wonderful, it's got apricots, it's got apple, it's fruity, it tastes like Aborigines' armpit, whatever it is. But the reality is, go to a blind wine tasting and you'll discover you haven't got a clue what you're really drinking. So it really is, this whole thing is about, you know, the mind of the customer. It's all about getting people to buy from you. And that is not necessarily about the product, it's about getting them to believe that you are the best person to buy from. It's not about lying, it's just about seeing your business through the customer's eyes so that they can actually buy from you. And that's really, really important for me. And the other thing about marketing is it's just not purely about advertising and selling and ramming stuff down people's throats. That really is not what marketing is about. A couple of figures here which I think should make you think about what's going on. 76% of customers don't believe that companies tell the truth in adverts. They know that adverts are fraudulent, that word of mouth for all of us is far more important. If you're growing your business, word of mouth is what really matters. 78% of people trust the recommendations of other people. So if you're trying to grow your business, you do it word of mouth. You do it by spreading the word, by getting people to talk about you. You deliver legendary, remarkable service. You blow people's socks off with how good you are, and then they tell other people. Why do I tell other people about my accountant? Because he blows my socks off. So it's the same about your business. What can you do to blow people's socks off? What can you do to make people make the remark, make the comment about you? How can you get people to talk about your business rather than just thinking you're just another one the same as the other? Right. So with marketing, let's be clear. How do you grow the business? There are essentially 4 ways of growing the business, and let's be clear about what they are. 1, get more customers. Hugely expensive. Cost between 8 and 25 times more to sell to a new customer than an existing customer. But people always think, oh, we must get more customers. I actually think that get your existing customers to buy more is a better way of growing your business. Why? Because they know you already. And the question then is just, well, they know me already. I just need to go back to them and ask again. Most people score their business quality very, very high, so that makes it really easy. Just go back and ask for more business. Third way of getting more business in your business, getting more turnover, is get people to buy more often. If you put those 3 together, get customers to buy more, so get more customers rather, get them to buy more, get them to buy more often. If you get 5% more customers and you get them to buy 5% more than they normally do, and you get them to buy 5% more often, so that's like 12 times a year, not 11 times a year, or whatever the numbers are, the impact on your business is absolutely staggering. If you get more customers, get them to buy more, get them to buy more often, and, as we talked about in part 1, you put up your prices, you decrease your direct costs, and you get rid of some of your underperformers, then you are making phenomenal changes to your business. Lots of 3 or 5% changes with a massive impact on your bottom line. And I mean really massive impact. And through the book you can get hold of, through the Credit Crunch book you can get hold of spreadsheets which allow you to kind of roll that one out. How do you grow the business? 3 ways plus 1. And the plus 1 is stop your customers leaving you. We work so hard to get our customers, we then just let them go. How many of you have done a customer survey in the last 3 months? Are you aware that your customers are about to go? No, you're probably not. and the research on it is really, really terrifying in terms of what's going on. A recent book on the loyalty effect. Here's a quote: 86% of defectors expressed satisfaction with the previous supplier. In other words, they were really happy with their previous supplier, but someone else came along who was happier or more frivolous or lighter or offered a better deal and said, you don't want to be with your old supplier, move on to a new one. And they said, yeah, all right, we've not heard from the old supplier for ages. Another set of research from Georges Leboeuf, 5% of customers leave you because their business dies, 5% of business leave because their business just folds gracefully, 5% of businesses leave you because the person dies, which is actually justified, 14% of business leaves you because they didn't like your product or service, 65% of people leave you, 65% of your customers leave you because they thought you didn't care. They just hadn't heard from you for ages, they just didn't know what you were doing, and they thought you didn't think they were important enough. And it's the customers are thinking, it's my money, why should I give the money to you when you don't care about me? And they move on. So, let me give you some marketing and sales tips and fixes. One obvious one, pick the low-hanging fruit. There's tons of stuff out there. Just go after it. Whether that's doing a telephone survey, just to talk to people, or going out networking, talking to your old colleagues, pick the low-hanging fruit. Second one, ask for the business. We're really bad at asking for the business. You must ask for the business, otherwise, it's like people think that it's like marketing by osmosis. If I leave business cards lying around, that people will actually pick up the business cards and phone me. Well, they won't do that. You need to actually explain to people what makes you different, that demonstrate to them that you understand what their problems are, show them you can solve their problem. It's not rocket science. So asking for the business is really important. On that note, we're doing some workshops for businesses over £1 million turnover, over 10 employees, going right the way around the country. I will mention them. It's called the Better Director Program. Absolutely great opportunity for you to spend over half a day with me and similar-sized businesses working through growing your business. If you're under £1 million turnover, I'm also doing a tour again over the next year. Both of these are about 30, 40 events. And I'm doing that at Barclays for businesses under £1 million turnover. You can find out about this stuff at the Director Centre website, directorcentre.com.